Yeah, good morning, or whatever, good morning, maybe good night, maybe good evening. I don't know where you guys are, why you guys watching that, right? That's somewhere. Okay, hard time don't create heroes. It's during the hard times when the heroes within us reveal. Jason David Frank. I was scrolling to Jason David Frank Instagram, and his motivational quotes are very motivational. It's very inspiring. Because it's when the hard time is when we push through mentally, physically, even though sometimes we fell off, right? It's okay. And the thing that we do most often is beat ourselves up. And I do that when I slip, when I fall. Man, I remember that day when it was boarding school. It was snowing. I think it was I don't know what we were doing, but it was snowing, and it was lots of snow, and I fell my ass, man. Holy shit, I slipped, boosh, my ass. That was too funny. Alright, so I wanted to talk about our dreams, right? I think now I understand what it is. We're afraid of what other people's opinions and thinking, what they think of us. Especially our loved ones, or our who we care, like our friends. We care about them, and we care for their judgment, but they're not gonna live our dream for us, so we must do our dream regardless of what they think, right? And also, we're afraid of what the internet think, because internet is crazy. They will say things that it's not true sometime, and they say things that are true sometime, and it hurts, right? You know what I mean? I have videos that there's no point, there is no point of you watching me and criticizing me, but you're literally taking the value in the content, and you're not even paying to the content what I'm giving you. And that people care for more ridiculous thing than they care for what value you give them, or what content that or what's in the content, instead of you in person. Can't Hurt You, Cant Hurt Me, David Goggins. If you have watched his interview by by Tom View, man, he says some stuff that hits you, man. He's like, yeah, man, you gotta tell yourself the truth. Don't sugarcoat it. You won't change your life if you sugarcoat things, right? It's like me sugarcoating things about myself. I was like, oh shit. And because we're afraid to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I need to fix this. So we need to start saying that we need to fix it, and then we go by fixing it, by doing it, right? And that is, see, I never bet. That is when you go within and you say to yourself, I need to fix this, and then you go out without doing the work, right? Alright, so there's no more you're giving up instead of getting hard. Tell the truth about the real reason for your limitation, and you will turn that negativity, which is real, into jet fuel. Those odds of death against you will become a damn runway. There's no more time to waste. Hours and days evaporate like creek in the desert. That's why it's okay to be cruel to yourself, as long as you realize you're doing it, become better. We all need thicker skin to improve in life. Being soft when you look in the mirror isn't going to inspire the wholesale. We need to shift our present and open up our future, you know. But also, there's a lesson that being learned a long time ago that I learned, that when people say the things that they say, maybe they say something to push us forward. There's a reason for it. People say you shouldn't be negative, or there's a reason sometimes when the people that care us about the most, they push us forward, not backwards. I remember I had a sit with the lady, and I asked her, I admire her, and because she took care of my family for a very long time. She was always helping, and she was always kind. and she was there for us when we needed her. And I know that she cared for my family and my mom. And that, when I was like 22 or something, and that time I was reading books and positive thinking and all the psychology and stuff like that. And I was reading because I was like, yes, my future is going to change, but I didn't know how. And so the lady, because I stopped going to college, and I stopped going to college, so she told my brother to keep up with his school, and she told me that, you know, she put an L on the forehead, and she said that's it for my life. But that day when I talked to her years, she's told me this: there's a reason why I say it, because I know that you have potential. Everybody keep telling me, even my old manager said I have potential. Everybody said you have potential to become the best that you can be. Maybe that's true. Maybe that you guys have potential, but you are afraid to open the gate and unleash the what is that called? What gate was it? Unleash the gate to your potential. But we often don't try because we're afraid of maybe we're afraid of our potential. Maybe we're afraid of who we might become. But what if we become something more that we liked? Maybe in our triumph, maybe even our own failures tell us what we need to do, to correct the course when we need to not be afraid when we to push forward when we're afraid. I'm afraid every day. When my self-doubt, when I hear myself talk negative talk and say, do you really want to do this, to tell this thing to the world, to say, to be vulnerable even though when you don't want to, when you're afraid, when people are gonna judge you, when you're trying to relate to people, when you're scared, when you don't know, and you're like, your heart's shaking, your heartbeat, and you don't know what people are gonna think. But then I realized people are gonna say things anyway. People are gonna criticize anyway, regardless of whether you live your dream or not. You know, when I was a kid and I never achieved my dream or goal, people criticized me anyway. So what's the point, right? What's the point of living your life if people are gonna criticize, not live your dream, if people are gonna criticize you anyway? Might as well pick up yourself up and live your dream, because you only got one life. I know that they have third eye, right? I actually want to talk about the third eye. Is it true that we have the third eye, or pineal gland? I read stuff into it a little bit. Yes, you know, they said they have a pineal gland in your brain or something, and that's where, that's where you receive vibration. Oh my God! I was listening to this guy, right, this morning, and he was talking about 5G. 5G sounds dangerous, man. Holy shit! It hits you. They're blasting you with radiation and frequency. And I just, Jesus Christ! And it heats your body up and heats your. I should leave the link. I don't know about 5G, man. Like 5G, that's crazy. But whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, don't give up, man. And there are times when you need to give up. There are times that you put your head down and say, I need to change. Something's not working. And tell yourself that you're afraid. That you're not afraid. Like, telling yourself you're not afraid, that's not going to do it. Tell yourself that you're afraid to do it, then go do it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to tell someone what I think, right? I'm afraid of making a video and people are gonna judge me for it. I'm always afraid. I mean, I still tell that in my video. It's not gonna get old. it's never gonna like, oh yeah, it's not. I'm afraid. So what am I afraid of? Well, spiritual people, law of attraction people, psychic people, because I'm afraid to tell them what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. Because I know what they want to hear is the things that they already know. Why do I need to repeat myself? Why do I need to repeat what they already know? I need to say something that they haven't found out yet, or they don't know yet, or they don't want to hear because they want to think that is the truth. But sometimes the truth, or what we think is the truth, could hold us also back. The truth of what we think is true is also a clutch that could hold us years back, even me. And I'm afraid to tell them that, because it doesn't vibe with them. It's not. It doesn't sound so. It doesn't sound good. But I question, if we are here to grow, wouldn't it be a good idea to listen to that saying that it's also within and without? As within and so without. Remember, as within, so without. As you internalize, you do. Physical action is needed. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.